Okay, hey guys, so I'm just going to show you how to do like the basics of CS3 because some people still ask me like, oh my gosh, how do you stroke it? How do you put a drop shadow? Blah, blah. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you is how to actually add a pattern to your Photoshop because obviously they're not all already in there. It's like you can save an image from the internet and then open in Photoshop and then you can use it for banners or whatever you want. So let's just open up, how about this one? So now that's open, you're going to go to Edit and then Define Pattern. Press OK, and now it's in your like book of patterns, so just close it and you're all good. So to create a new image, click on File, New, and then here you can change the width, you can change the height, the resolution, the color mode, and this is also where you pick if you want a transparent background. I always use transparent, and then from there you can fill it or you can put patterns in it as you want. Just start with transparent, so like you're starting with something new and fresh, I guess. Okay, so the text is right there. And you can just, when this arrow comes up, you can move it wherever you want. So to change the colors, or first of all, to change the size, you would use this up here, and you can go up or down, whatever you want. And also to change the color, it would be down here. So you can, whatever color you want, obviously. Okay, so to add a stroke and everything, you have to go to blending options. So you right-click on the layer, go to blending options, and here is where you have everything you can do to your text. So the first one is drop shadow, and you can make it as dark or as light as you want. It's up to you. I think the default is 75, I think. And this is, you can also change the color just by clicking that box right there. So you can obviously go through it yourself and like look, you can just play around with it, like distance, spread, size, like there's so many things that you can do. You just have to like experiment and find what you like. So the next thing I'm going to show you is the gradient overlay. So these you can load your own, which I've done, but these first ones up here are the ones that come with your Photoshop that everybody will have. So once you have this, there's this angle thing right here. So if you want it to go from side to side instead of from up and down, then you can just change that and it'll go the other way. And if you put your arrow in the text, you can drag it back and forth. So if you only want a little bit or a lot, like it's totally up to you. And you can make it go diagonal. Like there's obviously a lot of things that you can do. You just have to play around with it. So pattern overlay. This is where all your patterns are. So everything that you loaded as a pattern, it will show up here. And clearly I have a lot. So this is the zebra one that we just used. And here where it says scale, this is how you can make it bigger or smaller. So normally when somebody gives me a picture to put into a banner, I change the scale so that it fits properly so it doesn't look silly. And then up here you can change the opacity again, but for mine, it goes to whatever color I have right here. So like if I had white there, it would make it lighter. If I had black there, it would make it darker, but I have purple, so it makes it purpler. Which I guess could be good if you wanted like a different shade of your pattern or whatever. Okay, so then stroke. Right here is where you can change how big you want it. So I generally use 3, which is default, but you can make it as big as you want. You can change position, so you can make it on the inside, which just makes the text a little bit skinnier. You can make it in the center, or you can make it on the outside, which is where I put it. This, you can change the opacity again. You can make it as light or as dark as you want. The fill type. This is, you can put the gradient in it. Just make it bigger so you can see. With the gradient in it, you can put the pattern in it. You can put whatever you want. But I'm just going to do color for our purposes. And then you can just change the color to whatever you want. And then that's that. And to crop, it's just this tool right here. And crop. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to save the animation because some people save it so that it doesn't work when you actually upload it. So I'm just going to animate it quickly. So I'll duplicate the layer. I'll right click on these so that it goes right here. And I'll just go to pattern overlay and we'll change it to the cheetah print. So down here is where I animate. I generally do 0.2 delay between frames, which is the speed of it. you would click right here for a new frame. Now the first frame, you have 2 layers and you only want one, so you would click this little eye here and it disappears. Now on the second one, you would click the eye and put this one back. Press play, and it should animate. Okay, so to save it, go to File, Save for Web and Devices. And whenever it decides to come up, and you can just see it, that's how big it will be when you upload it. And you can save it as whatever you want. And that's about it. So hopefully that helped you. If you want anything else, like how to cut out images or any of that stuff, just let me know and I'll definitely do that for you. But that's all for this video. Bye guys!